The first European World Tour race of the year is Paris-Nice, running from the 6th to the 13th of March, and it's a race that's absolutely steeped in history, and as such has attracted a very strong field indeed. And here's our 10 riders to watch out for. First on our list is Tasmanian Richie Porte. Now, Porte moved across from Team Sky to BMC for the 2016 season and certainly started off this year with a bang, with second place on general classification at the Tour Down Under, as well as winning a really tough stage to the top of Wollonga Hill. Now, a few questions were asked about his form in Oman, so I think that Porte will definitely be looking to bounce back against some stiff opposition at Paris-Nice this year. One of those key opponents is likely to be former teammate Geraint Thomas. Now, after an absolutely sterling standout performance at last year's Tour de France, the Welshman has switched his focus to stage racing ahead of his beloved classics. Now, Thomas has already come very close to winning Paris-Nice in the past, only to be thwarted by crashes. Could this be the year for him? And he's already in very good form, already notching up another win in the Vuelta al Garve. GIANT-ALPECIN have had a very difficult start to the 2016 season, following that horrific training crash in Calpe, Spain, which has seen many of the team sidelined, including their star, John Degenkolb. Now, this has inadvertently added a little bit of pressure to Tom Dumoulin, the standout rider, or one of the standout riders at last year's Vuelta a España. Now, Dumoulin has already expressed a little bit of surprise in relation to his good condition that he showed at the Tour of Oman, where he was 4th overall, and he could find himself with a little bit of an early advantage following the prologue in Paris-Nice. And if he shows anywhere near the form that he showed at last year's Vuelta, he shouldn't have too much difficulty on the climbs either. Our final GC pick is none other than Alberto Contador. It'll be the Tinkoff rider's first appearance at the race since 2010, where he took his second overall victory. Now, there were a few eyebrows raised in relation to Contador's form, the first hilltop finish at the Vuelta al Garve, but in fine style he bounced back to take victory there on the final stage. Now, although his focus remains the Tour de France in July, should the opportunity arise, he'll certainly go for it. After such a disastrous 2015 season, many of us were asking if Marcel Kittel could ever get back to his best. Well, he answered that question in his first race of the year in ETIXX-QUICKSTEP colours, and that was stage 1 of the Tour of Dubai. Now, since then, he's racked up another 4 wins, including 2 victories in the points classification in both the stage races that he's started. So we'll be looking to the flatter stages of Paris-Nice to see Kittel up that tally. One of his main rivals will be compatriot Andre Greipel. Now, Kittel got the better of the Lotto Soudal rider on the opening stage of the Vuelta al Garve, but a crash the following day meant we never saw the two sprint things out again. Now, it still remains to be seen how his injuries have affected him, but one thing's for sure, a battle between two of the most powerful sprinters in pro cycling will be a fascinating one. Alexander Kristoff of KATUSHA is another rider who will undoubtedly see battling it out in the sprint finishes. Now, the Norwegian rider this year has already taken an incredible 5 wins, even before the end of February. He took stage 1 in last year's Paris-Nice, but this year's sprint field is significantly stronger. And finally, for the fastman, Cofidis' Nacer Bouhanni will be looking to prove that he's a sprinter of the highest order. Of the 4, he's had the least amount of victories this year, with 1 stage win at the Vuelta a Andalucía to his name. Paris-Nice will be a very good test for Bouhanni as he looks to build his form and confidence ahead of Milan-San Remo. Our second BMC rider to watch is friend of the channel, Rohan Dennis. Now, for the vast majority of the road stages, he'll no doubt be looking after Richie Porte, but he will have an opportunity to shine in the prologue, an event which he lost last year by just a few hundredths of a second to Michal Kwiatkowski, and he'll be looking to go one better this year. Our final pick is a fast all-rounder who has shone here in the past, and that's Australian Michael Matthews, who took stage 3 of this race last year. Now, he hasn't actually raced so far in 2016, so his form is a little bit of an unknown quantity. It's going to be very difficult for him to beat the best sprinters in this race, but should the peloton get whittled down on a particular stage, he's very likely to be the fastest guy left. Apologies if we've left out your favourite riders. Paris-Nice this year really does have a wealth of talent. Other riders we could mention include Andrew Talansky, Louis Meintjes, Rui Costa, Luis Leon Sanchez, to name but a few. So who do you think is going to win or take a stage? leave your comments as ever down below. Now, one rider who we know is going to be at that race is Marcel Kittel, and you can check out his specialised Venge Vias by clicking just up here. And for our top 10 riders to watch at Tirreno Adriatico, how about clicking just down here? And to subscribe to GCN, wait for it, click on me again, just like in the olden days.